let's bring up why we think it's not the real Justice League in Suicide Squad. Kill the
Well,
Justice League.
well, for one thing, they yeah. So the first thing is, and you brought this up when we were seeing the Superman fight. I'm going to bring this up
Yeah.
first. When Superman is like hit with gold kryptonite, he kind of has purple blood.
Yes.
And I'm like, and it's backed up by the fact that when you see the veins on every member of the Justice League's eyes, it's purple, not red or something like that. So I'm like, well, that's odd. Adding on to the fact that Brainiac always teleports the bodies away when you defeat each member of the Justice League. Adding on to the fact that when you kill Green Lantern, the Green Construct helicopters don't go away and the characters comment on it. And then Superman does not react to kryptonite the right way because remember, Wonder Woman stabs him in the chest with a giant ass shard of kryptonite and it doesn't kill him. She even pushes it deep into his chest. Nothing happens. She even says, that should have killed him. And then when Lex Luthor kidnaps Batman, or when we kidnap Batman for Lex Luthor, Lex goes, their DNA has been altered like severely. Then finally, when we fight Brainiac, he goes, you've killed my Justice League. So those are like many of the signs, but there was even a more recent one. If you look at, if so, there are these calendars that are scattered throughout Gotham that's supposed to represent like Calendar Man. Now, the thing about it is each it's so there's a certain date highlighted on each calendar, highlighted by a bat symbol. Then when you arrange them and give them each a letter based on like the number position of the alphabet, it spells
Yeah.
out the message, he will return.
He will return. Yes.
And you could ask, what about Wonder Woman? Well, the rumor is Wonder Woman is going to be brought back using the Well of Souls, which is basically how like the Amazons came back, because the Amazons are like reincarnated women who are killed by abuse. That's like the part of the Amazons past that's not exactly like back. That's not exactly like what's the word? It's not exactly like well known, but so they'll do that, and then she'll come back to fight Brainiac. So none of these deaths are permanent. Plus, Rocksteady even told us none of this is permanent.
No, it isn't. And to add more fuel to this, um, I know for a fact that this isn't the last we see not only of Batman but Superman, Green Lantern, because the Green Lantern construct was not taken down.
Like we said, yes, exactly. The, the Rocksteady could not have made it any more obvious that the Justice League is not really dead. It's just the thing is that I get why a lot of fans are like blinded by rage. I understand that, but the thing is, when you actually look at it, when you pay attention to the game, it basically could not have made it any more obvious that they are not dead. Even when you're exploring, King Shark will randomly comment, you notice how the Justice League was teleported away when we killed them. It's almost like Brainiac has a way to restore them.
And another thing, what if Brainiac is already using their hacking into, like, for example, Green Lantern's ring, because that's an option.
Well,
Green,
here's the thing. And on that point, when we kill Green Lantern, the ring does not behave like a regular ring. It's like King Shark's able to put it on. When they get the ring off of King Shark's finger, it like flies away. It doesn't fly away. It like falls off. So my thinking is that that's a fake Green Lantern ring meant to replicate the effects. Plus, when King Shark puts it on, he actually turns against the Suicide Squad.
exactly, yes.
So it's like this. They're telling you right there, all the times where you say that's not supposed to be. That's not how like the ring's supposed to function. Yeah, that's what you're supposed to think. There you go.
Plus, as well, like the cool thing about all these things, like what we're saying, it's just that it's adding more stuff to DLC, DLC going forward, right? When they bring back the Justice League.
Yeah.
because
On that, what's on the roadmap for season one? Two new boss battles that are Brainiacified Superman and Green Lantern. My theory on that I just came up with today is
go
that
on.
Brainiac was like, the clones are not going to cut it. I need to use the real thing. So he puts Brainiac crap on Superman and Green Lantern and then sends them out. The real Superman and Green Lantern. And then the battle will be us restoring them instead. We'll end up restoring them instead of killing them.
So you think we're gonna be restoring them throughout the seasons?
Yeah, exactly. Because why else would they replicate the boss battles of Green Lantern and Superman?
Well, here's the thing though, Jared. Brainiac is adaptable. He knows how to adapt, like the
That's my
Justice League.
point. That's my point because he's like, okay, so the clones don't work. So how about I use the real thing this time and like mind control them?
I don't
Obviously,
I don't see him doing that though. I really don't think that. I think he's gonna use more clones, but super powerful clones. So if you remember in the Avengers video game,
okay, that
like
name.
there was a thing called the Super Adaptoid, and he had the powers of Thor, Captain America, Iron
That's
Man.
true.
So he had all of those in one. But there were many versions of him in that raid. So
True.
it makes me think that when we do this fight for future for the Joker when the Joker DLC happens and when they bring them back, it's not going to be the main Justice League again. It's going to be another fake out.
The other thing that I could see is that to tease that that's just the real Justice League, they could even say we're receiving a strange SOS signal from Brainiac ships. Like somehow Batman broke out and is trying to like send an SOS to like Morse code or something like that. We pick
Yeah,
up on that, and then it's like, and then eventually the squad receives this message and goes, okay, you know what? Let's go. Now we can bring back the Justice League.
yeah. But as well, it's like but I also think that with Brainiac preserving the Justice League, I can see that being the case. Like, what if I just had a thought. What if the Wonder Woman from another Earth is also on Brainiac's ship, and she takes over the mantle of what Wonder Woman that died?
But here's the thing: you don't have to like replace Wonder Woman with a multiverse version because it's an easy way to bring her back in the Wonder Woman lore.
I I I guess so, but like you gotta remember, this isn't like what we think, right? They're not gonna use
Mhm.
like what the comics do, right? Like
Not
for example,
necessarily, but my point is they don't necessarily have to resort to like using a multiverse version of Wonder Woman because the thing is, I don't think they would do that because then it's still not the Justice League from this universe. That is even more of a fake out, in my opinion.
but you remember what happened with Lex when they traded him for Toother, as you call him.
Toother, Toother. See, that it's different because it's like that's the Arkham Justice League. Plus there's enough evidence that like it was clones. Plus Wonder Woman has come back throughout the universe because again they're establishing that Wonder Woman is a clone is the daughter of Zeus. So the gods could just restore it. In other words, there are many different ways they could bring her back that don't involve just replacing her with another Earth's Justice League.
Yeah, I mean, only time will tell, though, Jared. Only time will tell
Yeah,
if your theory is obviously correct. But obviously, we know it's not the real Justice League, and we're gonna say this from now till the end of time: the Justice League that we fought is a Justice League, but not the Justice League that we fought in the main story campaign.
it's either a clone or a Justice League that Brainiac took from another Earth.
Yeah, exactly. So, so with that being said, though, make sure you guys, put in the comment section because this will be clipped out
Be
for part.
civil.
Be civil. Let us know what do you guys think about our theory for this? Why we think it's not the real Justice League that we fought against in Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, and the real Justice League is still up in Brainiac ship. Let us know
Hmm.
your theories on that. So shall we switch gears? Shall we?
Sure.
What is next?